Behind the breakout 5 Packers who could define Green Bay's 2025 campaign. In the ever-volatile landscape of the NFL, the line between contention and collapse often hinges not just on star power, but on internal development. For the 2025 Green Bay Packers, that line is razor-thin, and the leap forward of 5 key players could ultimately shape the team's trajectory this fall. While General Manager Brian Gutekunst made calculated off-season additions, the organization remains firmly committed to a philosophy rooted in draft and develop. With one of the youngest cores in the league and a top 10 cap structure, Green Bay is betting on upside and hoping 2025 is the year it all comes together. They meet a team on the brink of maturity. The Packers finished the 2024 season with a 10-7 record, falling in the divisional round and showing both flashes of brilliance and painful inconsistency. The roster is dense with developing talent. Now, they need those investments to yield high-end returns. These 5 breakout candidates, whether through opportunity, maturity, or scheme fit, stand to be at the center of Green Bay's playoff hopes. 1. Edgerin Cooper LB, the engine of Hafley's New Age defense. There may be no clearer breakout candidate than Edgerin Cooper. A second-round pick in 2024, Cooper was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team despite playing fewer than half of Green Bay's defensive snaps. His stat line jumps off the page: 87 tackles, 13 for loss, 5 sacks, 11 pressures, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 2 recoveries. But beyond the raw numbers, Cooper's speed and range represent the prototype Jeff Hafley envisioned when he overhauled the Packers' defensive structure. With Devondre Campbell out and Cooper expected to be an every-down linebacker, 2025 offers the chance for him to not only take over the middle of the defense, but redefine it. 2. Jaden Reed WR, ready to ascend to true WR1. Listing Jaden Reed as a breakout candidate might seem disingenuous. After all, he's led the team in receiving in each of his first 2 seasons. But scratch the surface and the opportunity for true ascension is clear. Reed tallied 857 yards and 6 touchdowns in 2024, despite battling through nagging injuries and hitting a wall down the stretch. His efficiency against zone coverage has been elite, but his win rate against man coverage dipped below 40%, a limiting factor for any true WR1. With rookie Matthew Golden stretching defenses vertically and Christian Watson working back from injury, Reed is poised to become the go-to chain mover in Green Bay's evolving offense. If he sharpens his man-beating ability and reduces his drop rate, which sat at 3% last season, the 2023 second-rounder could be staring down a massive contract extension next spring. Q1. 3. Lucas Van Ness, Edge, Year 3. No more excuses. Of all the players under the microscope this season, none face more pressure than Lucas Van Ness. Drafted 13th overall in 2023, Van Ness entered the league as a raw, toolsy athlete. 2 years in, the tools remain, but the production hasn't caught up. After a modest rookie year, Van Ness regressed in 2024. His pressure rate dropped to just 8.1%, needing 12.35 pass rush snaps for each pressure, ranking 78th among qualifying edge rushers. A hand injury suffered in the Week 1 opener in São Paulo hampered him throughout the year. Now fully healthy and stepping into a full-time starting role opposite Rashan Gary, Van Ness must deliver. Defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley plans to move him inside on 3rd downs, a role where his power and burst could finally pop. With Preston Smith's contract expiring after the season, Green Bay is betting heavily that Van Ness will justify his draft pedigree. 4. Carrington Valentine, CB, the corner no one talks about yet. Carrington Valentine is quietly one of the Packers' best value picks in recent memory. Drafted in the 7th round in 2023, he posted the lowest passer rating when targeted, 79.6, among all Packers cornerbacks in 2024, including All-Pro Jair Alexander. Despite this, Valentine played just 50% of defensive snaps last year, often taking a back seat to a rotation that included Eric Stokes and slot specialist Javon Bullard. The Packers' off-season signing of Nate Hobbs adds further competition, but insiders report that Valentine is taking starting reps on the boundary, where he's shown the most comfort. With Alexander often dealing with injuries and Stokes' trajectory unclear, Valentine's consistency, awareness, and physicality may push him into a prominent role. At just 23 years old, his emergence could be a cornerstone of Green Bay's long-term secondary plans. 5. Marshon Lloyd RB, Lightning to Jacobs Thunder. When Green Bay released Aaron Jones and signed Josh Jacobs, many assumed that would be the end of their major running back moves. But in round 3, the Packers selected USC's Marshon Lloyd, a blazing fast runner with home run potential. Lloyd's rookie year was essentially a redshirt. An off-season appendectomy and recurring hamstring issues limited him to just 32 touches. But now healthy, the 5'9" back is lighting up training camp with his acceleration and pass-catching ability. Jacobs will handle the lion's share of carries, but Matt LaFleur wants a rotational back who can threaten the edge and stretch defenses horizontally. Lloyd fits that mold perfectly. Expect him to take on a larger role in two-back sets and as a third-down option, especially with a quarterback as mobile and play-extending as Jordan Love. That's cool. The bigger picture, Green Bay's developmental bet. The Packers front office has long resisted the big-spending short-term strategy that has defined other NFC contenders. Instead, they've built one of the league's youngest, most flexible rosters, anchored by homegrown talent. The average age of the projected 2025 starters, just 25.6 years, but talent needs traction. If Cooper becomes a defensive keystone, Reed a true WR1, Van Ness a legitimate disruptor, Valentine a full-time starter, and Lloyd a dynamic chess piece, the Packers are more than playoff hopefuls. They're NFC North favorites, with a puncher's chance to make it back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2010. Join the movement. If you're a Packers fan, or just someone who loves understanding the why behind the what, you're in the right place. This is a community that breaks down film, analyzes development, and breathes football 24/7. Hit that just liked us button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update on the Green Bay Packers and the NFL at large. We're building something special together.